We live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello. It's Football Wednesday up in Insanity Check.
I know, it's just strange to have one of these kind of days when we're not talking about somebody eating dog balls or something ridiculous like that. Although we do have some stuff like that. It's just that, we're talking about the football, but we do have a few ridiculous things as usual. But this is interesting to us, and it's our show, so this is what we're talking about.
There you go.
Now you guys got to hit me to this because I didn't even know about this. I mean, you were lost on all this other stuff, but this whole prank call is amazing to me. I mean, so basically the whole thing, you said some quack pretended to be a GM, right?
Right.
He pretended to be a GM, so he called the Buffalo Bills, and then he called the actual GM. He was pretending to be the GM of Tampa.
Right.
So he called the Buffalo Bills GM and pretended to be the GM of Tampa. Then he actually called the GM of Tampa and then put him as a three-way with the GM of the Bills. So the GM of the Bills thinking that he finally got in contact, back in contact with the GM of Tampa. So they're both actually talking for real, and this guy recorded the conversation in which they dissed the now released quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I think that's it's messed up on so many levels, but I hate when they talk all of that, say the right thing or that political correct talk. I love it when people, like, if somebody's messing up and you say, they're messing up. We don't want this guy. This is not working out. That's what people should be able to do.
I mean, that's just the whole, the corporate mentality. I mean, these guys, I was telling you the other day, when cats say, we're not, like they say, they're not going to shop Revis, that means they're shopping Revis. Almost every time these cats swear up and down that no, it's not happening. It's because it's happening. They have their positions that they have to play. They have the politics. They have the gamesmanship. And all that other shit. Because all that shit affects the price and the market and the need and the blah 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 blah. So these people lie on a regular basis.
Now my thing is, it's one thing to lie to the media because obviously the other teams are going to be monitoring this stuff. So I can understand as far as in that level of gamesmanship because it's all about maximizing your returns and so on and so forth. But why lie to the player? Are they afraid the player is going to start tweeting out and ruining the deal?
Because you never know. They have access to the media now.
Yeah, you're right. I guess in that respect, Twitter is actually bad because if I try and tell the player, we're actually trying to trade you, but just keep it on the low because we want to try and play it up like it's not that way that maybe we get a ridiculous offer, and he goes, y'all about to be traded or something like that. He could screw his own situation up. So. Exactly. Yeah, that's the social media for you. That's Twitter for you. But, they are a pack of liars out there. I hate all of that element of sports in general. I won't say of sports, of our particular media. I don't know how it is in other countries and stuff, but I can't stand that about the way we do things. Because, like, almost everyone has to be a politician, which is ridiculous. I mean, someone has to be able to be allowed to tell the truth for real, how it really is, the first time out, and not have to get cornered in order to do it. So...
Yeah. Well, yeah, and there's I'll get back to you on the audio because I have it here, but for some reason it's just not.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Anyways, we talked about the free agency earlier, and the initial speculation on Revis was that the 49ers, and this is why the whole Asamoah story comes into play. The initial speculation was that the 49ers, who have had 15
picks,
draft picks this year, which is an incredible amount. We're going to use them to try to get Revis, which would completely lock up their defense as probably the best defense in the league. And
what's up?
No. And but a report came out that they have next to zero interest,
which is ridiculous to me. Unless they were trying to devalue, exactly because he is coming off of an ACL injury, and not everybody can be what's his face from the Vikings. So I can understand them just initially saying something like that. But seriously, if they get Revis, man, you're basically printing the Super Bowl trophy right then and there. I cannot see. Because if anybody...
we had super teams before lose.
No, I understand. But when you think of how they lost to... forget the nerves in the Super Bowl, because obviously there was some nerves there, but it was a couple of third down plays where Flacco did obviously every rabbit's foot, every goat was sacrificed, every chicken was slaughtered because this guy would throw the goddamn ball straight up in the air and it would come right down into somebody's
Speaking
hand.
of that,
And real quick, before you even say that, Flacco is a guy that works in the bodega, Spanish guy. Joe Flacco is a coach.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right, Flacco, you're right.
Difference between Flacco and Flacco.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Well,
You're absolutely right, because there was a Flacco's right across the street from Harvey's Toyland, right there on Albany. You might be talking, maybe you know about that. It was right
There's
there.
a lot of Flacco's.
Oh, there was a Flacco right there on Albany across from Toyland. Flacco, you're right, because we used to go in there play video game, play Moon Patrol back in the day.
I have the audio as well. Whenever you're
Okay,
ready.
all right, but what were you going to say?
but this is we were talking about the whole thing with Flacco and his deal. This cat became for the time being the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, and we're looking at again the eye test. We're looking at this dude and we're like, yo, this dude still doesn't seem great to us.
No,
but the
bottom line is he won the Super Bowl.
History dictates that you win a Super Bowl, you are now great. You are now this blah 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 blah. Guess what I was hearing when I was coming back to New York when I was listening to ESPN on the train?
What?
Well, they were talking about the wide receiver that they just gave away.
Who just gave?
Bolden.
Bolden, yeah.
Anquan Bolden. Now, they just traded Anquan Bolden to the 49ers. Was it 49ers?
The 49ers, yeah.
49ers, right.
Yeah.
Bolden was... Now, Bolden's not a speedster.
No.
He's a big motherfucker for a wide receiver.
With
he's
strong
big and
hands.
bulky. He's strong. And they
very
say
strong hands.
Very strong hands. And he's cagey, can move around. They said when Flacco threw to Bolden, he completed 62% of his passes. When he threw to all the rest of his receivers, he completed 48% of his passes.
I believe that because, this dude would throw that damn ball up in the air, and because this Bolden is a horse, he can go up there sort of like Gonzalez. He can go up there and just like raw brute man strength, make a bad ball a good reception. Because at the end of the day, the stat line, I throw a ball up that's high and outside and away from you, but you have the strength to be able to somehow muscle that ball in with a dude all over you, which should have been considered a poorly thrown pass, but I make it look good as a wide receiver. On the stat line, it's like a 50-yard reception. So this dude, Flacco, that's what he kept doing. So back to the 49ers situation with Revis. The Super Bowl, to me, there was a few third downs in that Super Bowl that dictated who won, and that was basically Flacco throwing that damn ball up in the air, and somebody got it, and the safety or the corner was out of position or just didn't do a good job and got bodied out of the way. With Revis, that would not happen. So you take those things right off the board, just like they wouldn't have made it past the fucking Broncos if the dude had used any kind of athletic ability to stop down a ball that had to be thrown because it was the end of the game. So I literally don't even credit the Ravens for that damn play because they had no choice. You can't take a sack. You got to throw it up. It's like for people out there that are basketball fans, if you're down by 2, and I mean, if you're down by 3 and there's 2 seconds left on the clock, you have to throw up a 3-pointer. I don't care where you are. You can't let the clock expire with the ball in your hands. So if you just throw this shit up there and it happens to rattle in there, that's what you got to do. But everybody knows that that's going to happen, so they try and prevent you from doing it. So fly up.
My whole thing of just bringing that up really quickly is that it's going to be interesting to see, number one, who they get to replace Bolden, and what's going to happen to the highest paid quarterback in the league when he doesn't have some muscular motherfucker ripping down his shit balls.
I'm telling you what's going to happen. In 2 years, he's going to be looking to get cut. Ooh. I bet you after 2 seasons, because that whole team has been exploded.
Yeah.
So he can't do what you see what Peyton Manning was able to do. Take them same dudes that was basically everybody thought was mediocre and made these dudes Pro Bowlers because of his ability to deliver the ball. Flacco can't do that. And I doubt if anybody is going to allow that jump ball scenario to continue to happen because, as you notice, those dudes on the Broncos, they're cut.
They should
They're cut.
Fucking slap.
The defensive coach, you're out of here. You allowed that shit to happen in the biggest game of the year on our field, you're out of here. You bum that got burned on that stupid ass play, you're out of here. And Champ Bailey, only because he made the Pro Bowl again and he's one is still reputation wise. It's the only reason they didn't fucking put him at safety or something like that because of that crap that happened. You see, but everybody else got their asses scrubbed off the field because you cannot allow that kind of trickeration to happen on a pro level. So Flacco's going to go down. He's going to get exposed and he's going to go down. But we got that audio now.
Yeah, I have the audio. There's actually a few different ones. Obviously, I can't listen to while we're live, but
okay.
Let's check it out, see what it is.
Yeah, let's see what it is. So this is that prank call.
With anybody? Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, you know, we're still struggling here with our quarterback. You know, Fitzpatrick.
Sure.
I say struggling. We're not really struggling. He's going to have to do something, or or we'll have to. You know, he'll have to. Yeah, he'll have to, because we just can't. You can't afford to pay that kind of money for guys fighting for probably a backup job.
Oh. Yep. That makes sense. It's hard. It's a weird spot.
Yeah, it is. And these damn quarterbacks, if you ever get one, if you ever get one, everything's easy from now on. I mean, we finally got settled with. We had Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers out there in San Diego. So you can just draft and freewheel it and get what's there, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I told him I know Ryan Grigson. I said, look, you got the best kick in the National Football League.
Right.
I mean, you got a quarterback first pick. You're a genius for 10 years now. I mean, like you said, now you can just go draft everything else and you're good to go.
Yeah, take the best on the board. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
We got to get one somehow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bedtime to need it.
Yo, that's hardcore. And they're cackling too. God damn, yeah.
And he's gone.
Yeah, and
they had to let him go.
They had to. I mean, yeah, they had to. There's no way to save face with that. There's no way to go, well, see what happened was. See, I knew it was a prank call. Yeah, it's just jokes. No. They say, oh, man.
I mean, that's basically the general manager admitting that this is not our guy.
Yeah, that we made a financial mistake, because once he said paying that kind of money for a guy that's going to be competing for a backup job, that shows that you have no faith in this guy whatsoever, and there's no way to come back from it. I mean, that's damning completely. That's complete. I mean, damn, that's hardcore.
Could have been in the Jets office.
Yeah.
But anyway, so just real quickly about again the conversation about free agency. 8 was talking to us about, because we were discussing, since obviously apparently now Revis is not going to the 49ers, where can he possibly go? And the Buccaneers, they have a lot of money and stuff like that, but Dre thinks he shouldn't go there, obviously, because they stink.
Yeah, they stink.
And 8 was like, well, if they offer him a good deal, he's going to take it because of the money. And we were just tossing around numbers, and we're like, well, if it's a $3 million difference, where are you going to go? And 8 still thinks that $3 million is a lot of money, and he should take it, even though he may not get any
not
type
be
of
able to compete for a championship. And my point, no, I was just saying, my point is, it's not like this guy is a good corner. He is arguably, not even arguably, when he's healthy, he's the best in the entire league. And at some point, you don't want to go down in history as being the best during your era and not even getting close or getting a ring. I mean, he did get the 2
I would agree with that if he wasn't coming off with surgery.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, but but the whole thing is, obviously I don't expect everybody to be like Adrian Peterson, but they said he's ahead of schedule. And the main thing that made Revis so good wasn't necessarily it was his hips. The fact that he's able to swivel around and still keep looking at the ball, whereas Cromartie, that bum, was like a fused fucking skeleton. He couldn't do nothing. See, so if he's who he says he is, and if he believes that he can come back and be that good, why not go to a team to where you have the chance to get a ring? Because just like Deion did, if he gets his ring, let's say with the 49ers, and he's like, yo, whatever, now he can be traded to any place. Because Deion basically, after he got his rings, became a mercenary. Right. He's like, because now since I got my rings behind me, I'm going to the highest bidder. So I'll go to the bum Redskins. I'll go to the bum Ravens.
Once again, health plays a major factor, man. Like for instance, and I don't want to cross sports. Like if you guys follow basketball, Andrew Bynum, who's they traded all these players to away to get him.
He's not even going to play a game this year.
Right now, he's a free agent at the end of this year.
Yep. So he's going to leave and go elsewhere.
Money.
Yep. He can leave and go elsewhere.
Right. Yep. So I mean, for them, it's an argument of whether you sign him or not. But if I'm Andrew Bynum at this point, I'm coming off a bad knee, haven't played all year. I'm going where they're going to offer me.
Yeah, going where they offer him. Well, especially in his situation, if he feels that his wheels aren't going to be there, and he's supposed
to be a top player in the
exactly,
league,
and
top center.
And since he's a big man, you figure those types of injuries could basically hamper the rest of his career. So he has to get the money while he can. But Revis is still in his 20s. He's not a really big dude like that. What would Revis, like 28?
Still in his 20s as well.
Yeah, but he's a big man. There's a difference.
But it's also a position that, he's counting on a lot of cutting and turning and twisting on that knee, man.
Having had ACL issues, a lot of it, believe it or not, with the technology that they have today, like they said, is mental. Because, the types of procedures that they have today, your joint can actually come back stronger than it was before. It's just that psychologically, if you don't believe that you can make those cuts, then you might as well not have a good ACL, because and with him, it depends. If he comes back and like, I want to show everybody and mentally I'm going to make the same cuts, there's no reason why the knee should not be as strong as it was before. But like how you see just across sports again, how Derrick Rose says, mentally, he's cleared to play, but he doesn't know. He said if he can't dunk off of his left leg, he's not coming back. And that's what he said. Whereas Adrian Peterson was like, yo, I don't want no brace, no nothing. I'm coming back, and I'm a beast mode on people. So it all depends on the person. But I'm just saying, listen, if it's only a $3 million difference, even though that's a hell of a lot of money, to me, a dude that can possibly make that money up with postseason incentives and or endorsements, I'd say take the less money.
Would you do it?
Yes.
All right, so let's just say.
But we would have to structure my deal, because I would. Let's
say you like cycling. You like riding your bike.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm going to give you a job paying $30,000 to ride your bike from here to wherever every day. You got to drop something off, whatever the case may be, and there'll be some incentives involved if your knee holds up.
Yeah.
Or you could take this job for 35 or 45. You're gonna take the guaranteed money. Like, hold on. Why am I going to take this lesser job to go with?
Well, see, that's what
company,
I said. They have
even though the company may be better, even though because there's still no guarantee.
I know there's no guarantee. That's why I said if they.
He plays for the Jets, man.
Yeah,
yeah, I know. He signed extensions with the Jets, so
I know.
Winning, at this point.
I would say just as long as he structured it properly, and that's how we were worded, I'd be like, listen, I will take short money, but because he's good with that. If or whatever, after 2 years, we have to renegotiate, period.
He does that every 2 years.
Exactly.
What do you say, Ken? What do you think?
I think he should. If it's the difference between going to, like you said, like let's say Jacksonville. Let's say Jacksonville's like, yo, we'll give you $20 million a year to come here. Or it's the difference between going to them or the Broncos or the 49ers or whatever. Yeah, but I'm sorry, when you $3 million, yeah. If you're getting like a $50 million contract or a $53 million contract, I'm taking a $50 million contract with the better team, because like you said, I'll just have to work more in the off season in front of the camera.
Yeah, whatever.
Like I said, doing commercials, doing this, blah 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 blah. I'll now really have to invest my money well instead of blowing all of it.
Yeah. If it's a $3 million difference. Now, if it's something like I'm totally getting undervalued to where they're going to give me, let's say, $6 million a year, and other bums out there is getting $13 and $14 million a year, on principle, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it from anybody. I'm just not. But if it's like, okay, we're going to pay you near the top of the league, if somewhere around the top 2 in the league. Okay, and then have it in the contract where after 2 years, if I perform up to my duties, we can go back to the table, blah, 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 blah. And he's very good for that, then I'm doing that. Now, if he's going to get locked in.
Well, it's two things with that. One, I think that's just such a pie in the sky mentality. Because at the end of the day, it's like I said, that's cool if you're healthy, you're confident, you're chasing the ring. He's not healthy, and
we don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
But just as we don't know, neither does he. He doesn't know how well he's going to perform on that leg. And in football, where there's no guaranteed contract.
Now, like I said, if he was more of a speedster, which he is not, if he was more of a brute, he's very physical off the line, which his knee is not going. That's not going to affect his knee. The thing that's going to affect his knee is, like I said, if he didn't have very loose hips, it would be a real problem.
It's when he swivels hips,
because that's what makes him. I'm telling you, I know you want to talk some old sweet stuff, but no. That's when you play the position like that. If you cannot keep your eye on the ball but still rotate your bottom section to be able to go to left or right, that's what differentiates the good between the great.
What about his thighs?
I don't know about his thighs, man. I don't know about his thighs.
And as we de-evolve, we will go right into a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.